$259,000 if you want cash.
Just regardless, there's no such thing as cash. You can't go to a closing with actual cash money.
You can't buy real estate with cash.
I was told I had to go to the bank.
Yeah.
Cashier checks, and I told them, I said, well, then you're paying for the cashier checks, you're paying for my time to run over to the bank.
Yeah.
Well, no, I brought 30 grand cash for a piece of property in 2009 that I bought. I showed up with cash.
That's what I did.
Oh, you
That's
want
how I
that
found
one?
that out. Went with cash. They told me no.
Yeah.
There you
It's like, I thought cash was king. That's what, I mean.
Just means no loan.
Exactly. I thought it was legal tender, right?
Well,
But not for property.
when we bought our house, I couldn't believe how like strict they were.
it
Where
working?
did this money come from? Where did this money come from?
Oh, yeah, to
Said they
close,
were
they
wrong.
want to know everything.
Like, my safe.
hard for me to see if it's running right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it says that we're live on there, but not on here though.
Or are you trying to check it on the YouTube on your phone?
Yeah.
Check.
I know I'm close.
Close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes.
And if you're not first, you're last.
Civil service exams. Most of those too.
Top five.
At least you're being in.
Yeah, well, it says it's live, but. Yeah, we're good, we're up there. There you go.
There you go.
See?
All right, well then let's get things started. Welcome everybody to the April 7th, 2025 meeting of the Town of Rochester zoning board. If you're able, let's stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh. We only have one thing on the agenda, but let's do the roll call
There
for
we go.
attendance
Chair, Mr. Clayton,
here.
Harley, member Harley,
Here.
member Ken,
Here.
member Charlie Bishop,
Here.
and member Sam.
Here.
Like you used to.
Maybe.
So,
The only thing on the agenda is the continuation of the RV Associates appeal. Not gonna go at length with this, but they did send a request. We still have the public hearing open. We're gonna leave it open, if that's okay with everybody, because they did send a request at the 11th hour today to adjourn it to confer with their client, the attorney of Keenan Bean, to confer with their client about rescinding the application. Okay, so we've given them 1 month. Let's give them fair opportunity of one more month, if that's okay with everybody, to see if they want to rescind that. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Okay with me.
I think we have to open it and then close it again, right?
No.
Well, no, you
Have it open,
can't,
we leave it open.
It's still open.
yeah, it's still open. We can't, if we close it, then we end up having that ticking clock of 62 days.
Okay.
To come up
Well, I
with
just
this.
meant, I guess, I mean, there's nobody here, but. Don't we have to didn't we adjourn it until today?
We adjourned their appearance, but the public hearing stayed
Okay.
open.
Oh,
Yeah.
as long as we're good, I'm good.
Yeah.
So there's no word from them whatsoever except don't close the public hearing.
They didn't say, don't close the public hearing, and believe me, I'm not advocating for them.
Yeah.
They asked, like I said, in the 11th hour through Ashley, our attorney, Tori, to please adjourn the hearing for one more month. They hadn't had time to confer with their client. In a timely enough manner, I guess 30 days wasn't quite enough, but and requested that we adjourn until they could. And I did tell them that we will ask the membership, and if everybody's in agreement, this will be the last adjournment for that, unless there's some other compelling reason that they present or requires us to have more time.
Yeah, cause if we close it now and they haven't withdrawn, then we have to issue a decision.
That's correct.
But if we keep it open and they decide to withdraw, then we're,
Yes, they are also being required to, if they do decide to withdraw the application, to make a formal withdrawal in writing. Okay, so that there's no open hearing or anything like that. It's unquestionably closed at their request and it's final.
Great.
So that's where we stand. Just,
Do we need a motion to continue the hearing?
it can't hurt to make one. It really can't. It can't hurt to make one. It can't hurt to second and vote on it because it's technically open, but we can still motion to continue and adjourn the public hearing for one more month.
alright, so I'll make a motion that we hold the public hearing open until their next meeting. Where we'll continue it. Make that motion.
Second it.
Okay, any other discussion on it? The only thing I would say is leave it open if they want to and they give us a compelling reason to. But yeah,
That'll
Alright.
be next month.
yeah, we'll decide that next month, right, Charlie?
Yep.
All right, well, motion's on the table, all in favor,
Aye.
all opposed, abstained, okay, motion carries to adjourn the public hearing till next month. Now, that's the only pressing matter that we really had, but I couldn't cancel the meeting, like I said, in the 11th hour. I didn't think that would be fair to you guys. No, you end up rescheduling a lot of stuff to get here. There is one other topic if we want to breach it, and that has to do with it would require a request through the town board to modify the appeal process to include something similar to what they currently have on the books with the planning board. And it would require that certain types of applications, I would say something like this, where there's an appeal to a language, not necessarily a request for a variance, that an escrow account be started to cover attorney fees rather than the town paying for the attorney under these matters for interpretation of language. But what would be required is that the language be changed by the town board. And I think it might be it's going to sound simple, might be a little more complicated. I'm not sure. It's a matter of attaching the zoning board of appeals to that law along with the planning board. Planning board has a similar situation. They already have it set up so that escrow is held to pay for legal fees for the town. Also, engineering or anything like that. So I think we don't really have to come up with language for it. I think it's a matter of adapting to what's already in place for the planning board. If anybody, I'm not going to move forward right now. Obviously, I think it might require a little more due diligence by everybody looking into it to make sure that there's something else that we don't want to miss an opportunity to put in there.
Does anybody know how the amounts are set?
The amounts for the applications or
Yeah, how much gets held in escrow? Is it depend on the nature of the?
Yeah.
Depends on the
Action.
nature.
yeah, I think the gravity of
I thought the town board set the prices on the escrow.
They
It's-
vote on it.
Huh?
They vote on it. We vote on it. So say it's like, I'm just gonna say landscaping.
Yeah.
The chair offers an amount and then everybody turns in on their opinion and then they vote.
that would be on the planning board.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought the town board was gonna make certain amounts for certain things.
Well, they were
I thought
having,
they were talking about
they were having a discussion to
do that.
make it a little more structured, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they reached
Yeah.
a conclusion.
I have yet to. have
Yeah,
a
I
structure.
I
They
that I
vote on
don't
it.
know. That's what I'm saying. Due
Yeah, I would-
diligence is going to be key here.
I think I'm hesitant, at least initially, to have a fee on appeal, like an additional fee for an appeal, because to me, that feels like you feel like the code enforcement office was wrong, and you're kind of saying like, It's like going to court. It's like,
that is an obstacle because we're a
Yeah.
judicial committee,
Right.
so it's not something that can be planned.
especially with the appeal, whereas like with a variance, someone like wants to do something. Like, I'm not, so I feel more comfortable with asking for the leeway to do escrow for a regular variance, but for an appeal, it's kind of like, sometimes the code enforcement office might mess up and to have like any additional barriers, because right now I think there's a fee, but then you get the fee back if you win the appeal.
That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Now, the appeal, if you, upon being awarded the appeal, then yeah, we could be forced to reimburse that escrow account.
Yeah,
But in the same sense, my fear is if, with the way things are now, they could feasibly continue an application as long as we let them. And every time one of us contacts our attorney, we're paying for that attorney fee, just as a simple fact to, hey, man, can you get a hold of them to find out if they're going to extend it next month? And then the next month. And we're just, it's a cash cow. It just keeps paying out or keep paying the attorney over and over. Whereas if there's something binding that ends up costing the applicant money, they're more likely to try to settle this or to force the appeal decision. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know the right decision. There's probably a compelling reason why it's never happened until now.
Could you set a time limit on it? And after X amount of time, then they're gonna get charged for, when we call the attorney, okay, you have this much as the town covers, and then after that, you're liable for as long as you want to drag it out.
I think that's what Temper was talking about, trying to do something like that, where like. They look at like the average cost of an application. Right, and then maybe adjust the fees so that the fees are more in line, and then set some threshold, like, hey, if you've gotten. Your costs are some percentage above that average, then escrow would kick in or something.
That maybe
But-
then we just wait, see what the
Yeah.
town board is gonna do. I didn't,
I'd be supportive of that, yeah.
because my other concern would be that. The other way that this could be handled is to raise across the board
All
the fees. But now, let's face it, somebody like me, if I just want to put a fence up. Now I'm gonna have to have a larger fee to accomplish the same thing I used to be able to do at a lower fee. And there's, some of us aren't made of money, and
They've already done that, raise.
right, and they did raise them, I believe, last year to this year. No, I don't know, but I know we can't have a situation like we have, especially with this application where it's open-ended. I mean, we're shelling out a lot of money through the town, which shouldn't be our concern, but let's face it, it is. As taxpayers. I don't know if this is the right forum to even talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So if anybody comes up with anything over the next month, we'll put it on the agenda to discuss it again. Yeah. Dude, feel free to do some research. I know I'm looking into it. Sure, there's a couple other board members that have been looking into it. Other than that, I think everything's going smooth. We do have, Jasmine's no longer with us.
Working at the town.
Yeah, we're. I mean, we're not in the mob, I mean.
Those carrots grow pretty good, huh?
That's. Robin is now taking over a part-time position and hopefully full-time or.
Or. But it's to be discussed. this
Right.
couple days.
Okay. So hopefully we can get back on track with everything, because over the last couple months, there's been a bit of the unknown regards to, and I know for me, I don't like the 11th hour emails sending out to people, hey, this is what's going on. It should be plain and simple. There shouldn't be much mystery to this. So hopefully we can get back on course where the agenda is published the Thursday before the meeting. we have deadlines set, we'll get it all back online.
I have one problem. Those docs. Form, I cannot open it. Did
Okay.
you get my email?
I work for the town of Olive also, so today I was at the town of Olive. So I didn't receive today's emails, just.
Did you send email out? I think it was the same day or the next day, I emailed you back and said, I need a, here.
I didn't get
Oh, you
that.
need a PDF file.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So
I
the
can't
doc
open
file,
it.
Cause you don't have
I-
Microsoft Word or anything like that, you probably have something to open it.
No, I gotta download a file and pay for it, so,
Mhm.
and I'm not paying for something I don't need.
It's just gotta be labeled as a PDF file, you
Yeah.
can open it through that.
And I've been having that trouble, even the Google Drive, I couldn't, I haven't seen nothing on there since February.
Well,
I'll try
not
to
for
see
nothing,
what I can do on
but
the,
the Google Drive hasn't really had any updates since February.
Well,
There's been nothing new
yeah, 'cause I
posted.
thought maybe I'd go into that Google Drive and be able to open it up.
if I have an opportunity tomorrow, I'll stop in here and I'll shoot you a few emails and let's see if we can make sure we can
There
get
you
the
go.
communication going back.
Maybe you guys can get together and
Is that,
network and
Okay.
troubleshoot this. Training, has anybody done any training yet this year?
Well, you had mentioned that you were gonna try and get training credit for the meeting we had with Ashley.
I was.
That-
Now, there is a conflict with that and
Okay.
I understand it. When I went through the liaison, Councilman Coleman with regards to reimbursement for that and being counted as a training. The issue falls under any training could be construed as open meeting. And under the open meeting laws, it has to be attended by the public or able to be attended by the public.
They need to fix that too.
not sure if this thing likes me or not.
So I don't think we're gonna end up getting credit for it being training.
Okay.
It did, however, breach the subject of further reimbursement or graduated reimbursement for our time.
Yeah, because it was a meeting, so all meetings were supposed to get.
Technically it was, but now in order for it to be considered a meeting, it would have to be under open meeting, otherwise it's attorney-client. In which case, if it's attorney-client, then it can't be a meeting and it's confidential.
Okay,
So it's a catch-22.
It sure as heck is, Charlie. Sure as heck is. I tried, I asked for it, and like I said, it did breach the subject of further reimbursement. Because as time goes on, we're seeing it. Our cases or our applications are going to become a little bit more in detail. They're going to. We've watched it happen with the planning board. Inevitably, it's just a matter of time before we start seeing more here too. Now, the planning board is doing meetings plus workshop meetings.
Because they got so much.
That's right. They had 9 applications the 1 month.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't even realize Monday was a planning board meeting. I missed
Yeah.
it.
So, I mean, let's face it, we are kind of fortunate. We only have one thing on the application, man. Let's hope that stays pretty consistent. But if not, I mean, we're definitely gonna have to figure out some way to have you guys compensated. I mean,
We have to have 2 meetings. We have 2 meetings.
to answer the training question, I haven't done one this quarter yet, but the last time somebody had circulated the videos, which I did last year, and
yep,
if those are still available.
that would be very handy. Can you possibly check into that? And we could,
I might be able to find the email that was circulated.
that would be excellent.
And Robin, you reachable through the email that we've been using forever. which
Correct.
Now, I don't know if it says,
It's,
it says
It was still using Jasmine.
Is it Jasmine? It's not even Jasmine.
she's got 3 emails.
Right now, I'll answer to anything. If it just reaches there, I'll answer to any name you.
Okay, okay.
But-
I'm trying to see which this one came from. Planning and zoning?
Yep,
The
it
data
should
for
just-
the
That's
email.
you,
Be-
that's an email that you have access to.
Yes,
Okay. All right. And were there minutes from the last meeting that I missed?
I didn't know that they weren't done.
Okay, so we're
I'm
not-
processing.
No, we're not gonna do anything with the
Okay, so-
minutes.
I'll have them though. You'll have the
Okay.
transcript and.
That's fine.
a
We'll
summary.
circulate it. We'll just approve 2 months worth of meetings or minutes for the next meeting.
Okay, no problem.
So for tonight, we'll move to adjournment.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other matters? You guys can think of. All right,
Thank you very much.
yeah, guess that's it. Nobody has anything else. Charlie?
I voted to adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion to adjourn's on the table. Any discussion? No. All right, all in favor?
Yeah.
Any opposed?
Nobody.
Abstain? Motion carries. The meeting is complete.
Thank you so much.
Next meeting, everybody.
Yeah, you Robin. Stop the recording. Ken's taking off. He's in a hurry.
Yeah, I gotta do some planting.
Oh.
I got